Snap lock knobs. Snap lock knobs allow the user to assemble their own knob with the nut or bolt of their choice. This uniquely designed knob is perfect for MRO, prototypes, jigs and fixtures, and unusual lengths and/or unusual materials of fastener that are hard to find pre-assembled. The snap lock knobs are molded with a hex hole of the appropriate size to accept a standard hex nut, lock nut, hex bolt, or hex cap screw. Fasteners can easily be pushed into position and snapped into the hex hole of the knob or shell for a secure fit. Snap lock knobs are offered in a variety of sizes and styles, including star knobs, 3-prong, 4-prong, fluted, and T. Knobs are available in inch thread diameters of 1/4 inch, 5/16, and 3/8, as well as metric sizes M6, M8, and M10. We also stock a wide variety of nuts and bolts to accompany the snap lock knobs. Please refer to the guide. Knobs are composed of a 15-digit smart part code. All important attributes of the knob are broken up into categories and listed out on the part code guide. Follow the color-coded guide to translate the description into an Innovative Components part number. Located at the bottom of each guide is a layout of the smart part code. Use this to help guide you when creating a part code. To start, we identify the product code, which is a 2-digit designator taking up the very first 2 spaces of a part code. Snap lock knobs will start with KN. KN stands for knobs. Next, we move on to the orange section, labeled imperial, inch, or metric thread diameters. This attribute is referred to the thread diameter or hole size within the knob. In fasteners, a hex shape is always the same size for each thread diameter. All thread diameters will be listed within 3 digits in spaces number 3, 4, and 5 of the part code. Each diameter has an assorted hex number, or H number translation. The H stands for hex, so an H1 means you can snap in any 1/4 inch diameter bolt or nut. A number 10 hole translates to an H10. If the designator is only 2 digits, such as H1 or H2, we put a dash in the 3rd place, taking up 3 spaces for this attribute. Next, we move on to the yellow section called Insert Shape. Insert Shape is made up of 3 digits, taking up spaces number 6, 7, and 8. We will always, 100% of the time, automatically enter the term hex in this spot for snap lock knobs. Next, we move on to the green section called Knob Style. This section is listed in spaces number 9, 10, and 11 of the part code. Knob styles are either 2 or 3 digits. In cases where there are 2 digits, we use a dash in the 3rd placeholder of any knob style. The knob styles listed are our stock standard sizes in which we always keep stock in various thread pitch. If a customer wants another style that is not listed, we could certainly do it, but we have not done it in the past and there would be tooling charges to manufacture a new size and a snap lock knob. Lastly, move on to the placeholder section where we simply enter 4 dashes into the part number. Now that we know how to use the part code guide, let's move on to the practice quiz and put it to use. Snap lock knobs quiz. Number 1. 1.38 fluted knob with a number 10 molded in hex hole to accept a push-in. First, let's identify what's the product code. The product code is KN for knob. Next, we move on to the hex size. This description says number 10 molded in hex hole. So we look at the red imperial to inch thread diameters. We find a number 10, which translates to an H10, and an H10 is what we put inside the hex size. So it should say KN H10. Then next we move on to the insert shape, which is an automatic HEX. Following the insert shape, we look at knob style in green. Knob style is 3 digits long. This particular description says 1.38 fluted knob. So we go and we look down our knob styles and we see an F2 for fluted equals 1.38. So the knob style will be F2 and then a dash. Anytime there are only 2 digits for the knob style, we put an automatic dash in the 3rd placeholder. Next we have our space holder section, and this is automatically 4 dashes. Our part number will read KN H10 hex F2 dash 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 dash. Number 2. 1.38 star knob with 1/4 inch hex hole to accept a push-in. First we identify the product code. Product code is KN for knob. Next we identify the hex size. This description calls out a 1/4 inch hex hole. So we go to the imperial inch thread diameters, find a 1/4 inch hex hole, and we see the call out for that is H1. In this case, since we have 3 placeholders available, we put an H1 dash. Next comes an automatic hex for insert shape. So far we have KN H1 dash HEX. Then we come to the knob style in green. Number 2 says 1.38 star knob. So we look at the knob styles available, and their 5 S's are your star knobs. So the 1.38 star knob is a 5S2. So we place 5S2 in the 3 digits available for knob style, followed by 4 automatic dashes in the space holders area. That part number calls out KN H1 HEX 5S2 --. Let's take a look at number 3. 1.75 4-prong knob with a 5/16 hex hole to accept a push-in. First we identify the product code. That's KN. Next we identify the hex size. This says 5/16 hex hole. So we go to the imperial inch thread diameters, find 5/16 hex hole, and see that it translates to an H2. Because it only has 2 digits, we put an automatic dash in the 3rd placeholder. So far we have KN H2 hex. Next we identify the knob style. Number 3 says 1.75 inch 4-prong knob. Your 4 prongs start with 4P. So we find the 4P that's 1.75 inches in diameter, and that's a 4P4. We place 4P4 and the 3 placeholders available for knob style, followed by an automatic 4 dashes. This part number call out is KN H2 HEX 4P4 --. Please complete number 4 through 10 on your own.